St. Louis, Joplin, Missouri, and Oklahoma City is mighty pretty. You see Amarillo, Allen, New Mexico, Montana, don't forget Winona, Kingsland, Barstow, San Bernardino. Won't you get hip to this time and when you make that California trip? Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66. Get your kicks on Route 66.
Tim Hartel, over there on the vocals. Thank you for coming out this evening. We had some great solos. That first tune was by Julian Cannonball Adderley. We heard from Paul and Deanna. Who else? Jack. All sorts of them. Tyler on the last tune. I just learned something about Hamilton students just now, about 15 minutes ago. And that is, they take directions specifically, or if you don't give directions, they also take directions specifically. Like, we talked about wardrobe today, and things that we talked about, you know, no cell phones on stage and no sneakers. But I did not say no shorts. So, Carter, give me a little fashion show music, will you? Okay. So can I have the shorts up here? Let me see, come on. Be thankful that I did not wear them. We're going to continue. This is we have some really unique things to offer this evening in the realm of arrangements. How many people have been to Fall Coming Jazz in the last couple of years? The Dick Hyman Ensemble. Well, Dick Hyman wrote arrangements that he brought to the school for the last couple of years, and beside Dick Hyman and Bucky Pizzarelli and Jay Lenhart, fellows that have been in the music for 60 or 70 years, was also our own Deanna Nappy. Yeah. And we're going to do we're going to do an expansion of a couple of Dick Hyman arrangements. I Know What You Do and You're Driving Me Crazy. This is music that if you were a Hamilton senior around 1939 at your senior ball, if you could have convinced some Clinton women to come up, you might have danced to this kind of music. It's hard to have the blues on a night like tonight, but you always have to play the blues at a jazz concert. And this is a bit of a blues smorgasbord. Joe Williams, who helped to start the Hamilton College Jazz Archive, Mrs. Williams donated much of his music to Hamilton, and this is an arrangement that came out of Joe Williams' collection. So these musicians are reading the actual paper that used to reside in the Count Basie Orchestra music folders. Jimmy's Blues was written for Jimmy Rushing, who was Joe's predecessor in the Basie band, and it's a little schizophrenic because Sean is going to sing the praises of a woman until about halfway through, and then he's not so sure about some of the things she's doing, which is a pretty good blues story. might have recognized that first couple verses came from B.B. King. So we sent that out to him. B.B.'s not doing too well. One thing that's nice about it, noticed about Hamilton, is that the students get to go do a semester abroad. And actually, we have 3 members that are in various parts of the world right now. And which, one good thing is that brought Sean Peters to us. How about Sean on the bass, that bass solo the last time? Deanna's been to New Zealand. Didn't you go Germany? When I was at SUNY Fredonia, semester abroad meant a Friday night in Buffalo. It's the last joke for the evening. Anyway, I decided if I had ever taken a semester abroad, I would have liked to have gone to Bahia, which is a province in Brazil, and that's the next tune. But we're gonna precede this by a really interesting part of a piece of music written by Dave Ravello, who's a professor and composer at the Eastman School of Music, and it requires us to sing. It also requires you to sing. So Dan is going to play a brief lick here, and I would like you all to sing back on the vowel, consonant vowel, da. Just play the first one, those one. Pass the audition. So we hope that you join us on this beginning of this is it Imagine? Thank you. Reimagining the world into Bahia. Maybe a little red. Paul Carter on that piano. So this next tune is probably one of the most recognizable pop songs of the 20th century. It actually goes way back beyond the hit that we all know. Glenn Miller and his orchestra recorded At Last. But we have done some detective work, and Addie is going to sing a part of the song that I bet most of us have never heard. It's sometimes called the lost verse. The songwriters of that era had this knack of writing a beginning of a song that sometimes was using a musical to go make the plot move along, and then the main part of the song that we all know. And I think you'll enjoy it.
I was never spellbound by a starry sky. What is there to moonglow when love has passed you by? But there came a midnight, and the world was new. Now here I am, so spellbound, darling, not by stars, but just by you. At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over, and life is like a song. Oh yeah, at last, the skies
So this is the best part of the concert right here. I'm going to have Paul come up and say a word about this next piece. There's nothing like writing a piece of music, and it used to be pencil and paper. You sit at the piano, and you're hoping your notes come out together. And, you know, what you're thinking up here is what it actually sounds like. Nowadays we do it with computers, and they give you a sort of a representation of it, but it doesn't really come alive until people play it. And this is a premiere performance of a piece that I'm going to let Paul tell you about.
Yeah, Paul.
Hi, everyone. So this piece is a part of my senior thesis. I'm a music major here at Hamilton, graduating in just a few short weeks. And this is one of the portions of my thesis in jazz arranging. I've done a couple of other tunes on some combo concerts, but this is kind of the biggest work that I've finished. And I think it's a lot of fun. I really hope you enjoy it. Big thanks to Doc Woods, my advisor, for taking this piece and helping it move to another level with his advice. And much thanks to Monk and the Jazz Ensemble for playing it. I hope you enjoy Running with the Bulls.
The Running of the Bulls. Paul Weston. That's really terrific. Can I be your agent? I'd like to be your agent. I only take 60%. So, the only thing we can follow that with is to sort of break the band down, and we're going to feature some different sections. Sometimes when you inherit a great band, you're not quite expecting what you might get. In this case, we have 3 guitar players. That's like 2 more than we usually have. So we decided to do something that actually used to use 3 guitar players. Django Reinhardt, who's the sort of the, I don't know if inventor, but the person we most think of when we use the term gypsy jazz from France. This can be pronounced a minor swing or a minor swing. In this case, it is an A minor, and George and Jack and John are gonna do it for you. Did they make you want to get up and dance? It's okay to dance if you go on the upper level. That was great. A minor swing. So we're going to bring our brass section out. Horace Silver was a really fine composer, piano player, wrote a number of jazz standards, a song for my father, Senior Blues. In this particular song, he did a time-honored tradition in the jazz world, and that is to take a previously written song and throw the melody away and use the form and most of the chord symbols and write something new. The song I Got Rhythm, this has been done with that song like hundreds and hundreds of times. In this case, I challenged the students. I don't think anybody figured out what song this actually is. And I gave them the hint, Jaws. But does not go da 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 da. Do you remember the scene in Jaws when they're on the boat and they've been drinking and they're trading sort of stories about who got hurt worse? And they start singing a song. Remember what it was?
Spanish ladies, farewell and adieu.
No? Oh, that's one, yes, but then they all started singing it together.
Show me the way to go home.
Show me the way to go home. Well, that's what this song is, except Horace Silver got a different melody on it. It's called The Preacher. We have 8 saxophones in the house. You know what they're waiting for? They want you to applaud when they come out. So Woody Herman had a famous band for a long time, and he called them his herds, the first herd, the second herd. Actually, I think the music critics called it that. And for some time, he had 3 very well-known tenor players and a baritone player, and they called them the Four Brothers. This particular song was written by a tenor player. We call it Four Brothers and 2 very hip sisters. And it's hard. I remember one of the saxophone players couldn't come to rehearsal, so I said, I'll play your part. And I couldn't play it, so I'm glad you're doing it and not me. And everybody gets a chance to make the changes on this one. Jesse, how about that? Nicely done. I really got latched onto this song. I play with two great guys, John and Tom, and one time John brought this on a gig, and like most of the songs we do, we just played it without any rehearsal. But it has a long story. It was first done by Mongo Santa Maria, then a lyric was written by the great John Hendricks, Lambert Hendricks and Ross did it, and then if there's any musical triveists in the audience, someone from Britain had a fairly big hit with this song, Yeah, Yeah. Anybody know who it was? Do you want to look it up on your iPhone? It's Georgie Fame, that's right, Sean. It's Georgie Fame and his famous play. Anyway, it's got a great hook to it, a number of hooks, and I hope you like it. Say is yeah, yeah after that. By the way, how about a nice round of applause for Mike DeMeo, who's helping us out in the trumpet section. So it's one thing to have 3 guitar players, it's another thing to have 3 drummers. There's only so much to leave. Anyway, this is Benny Goodman and Gene Krupa had a relationship for a few years, and Benny hired Gene. He was really considered the first sort of great drum soloist, and this was a tune originally written by Louis Prima, and we're going to give you our take on it. Matt, Ryan, Chris, nicely done. That was great. Did I see somebody doing the Lindy Hop up there? That was terrific. Thinking about about putting tunes in order for the concert. I was, what can you follow three crazy guys playing tom-toms with? But we have the answer. And it starts with a B. How about a hand for Professor Hensley has a banjo class here in Hamilton that is an elective, and I know I see a lot of students walking around with banjos, and we're going to take advantage of that. George has got this out, and it works perfectly with this song. Al Gray was a trombonist, veteran of many bands, including the Basie Band, and I was lucky enough to hear the story straight from him about this song. He was in a hotel in New Orleans during Mardi Gras, and as the parades passed by his window, there was a certain ebb and flow to the, sometimes it was loud, sometimes it was a whole band, sometimes it was just the second line making a lot of noise, and so he wrote this tune called Echoes of New Orleans, and we're going to see if we can get a little Dixieland going. I think you'll like it. Hamilton College Jazz Ensemble and Rock Ensemble in front too. Thank you all. Thank you. I hope you join us outside for a little reception. The musicians will be signing autographs, signing contracts, whatever they're doing. Thanks a lot.